We are back with another video in the same location. I actually am leaving Mexico in just a little bit, but I figured since the lighting is fantastic and it's literally 99.9% always sunny here, let's take advantage. So also this is my hair. I ended up getting a haircut. I don't know if I ended up keeping you guys posted, but for today's video I wanted to speak to you guys about advent calendars. So let me give you guys a little bit of a backstory first. I used to upload unboxings of advent calendars. I want to say like last year, 2-ish years ago, and possibly even 3-ish years ago, from brands like Tilbury, Huda Beauty, NYX Cosmetics, Elf Cosmetics, Benefit Cosmetics, all of those solid brands. And at that time I felt like it was so much fun, so beyond exciting. It's just when I started kind of getting into advent calendars. Ulta Beauty had one, even Sephora had one, and I would say there were a decent amount of them that definitely sucked, but there were still like a handful of them that were, you know, they were nice. And there was, I think, maybe just very few that were like blew my socks off my feet. Like the Elf one was a really good one about 2-3 years ago, I remember. But I would say more than less, it's just a cool concept because I feel like, especially leading up to Christmas, it's a good way to kind of just keep things interesting and exciting and have maybe something to look forward to open up each like little, you know, slot for that day leading up to Christmas, right? So for this year around, I wanted to kind of get back into it again. The first advent calendar I saw was NYX. They usually are the ones who release their advent calendars first, and most of the time a lot of brands will release a picture of what's already included inside. And in the previous years, I either asked my sister to order the product for me, or I really just didn't look at all of the pics because you have to slide through the pics. I didn't look at all of the pictures and I just ordered it quickly just so I can be surprised when the product comes. But this time around I just couldn't help myself, so I did look at most of the pictures of, let's say, what Tilbury had, NYX Cosmetics, and Benefit. Those were the 3 main brands, and honestly I was so disappointed. I was kind of annoyed and also like, okay, this is so repetitive and we are so like not in 2017 anymore. You know what I mean? These days especially, I feel like just so much has changed, especially post-COVID, that I feel like brands should maybe know a little bit better. Now I feel like advent calendars and maybe mystery boxes are somewhat similar. I feel like it's a good way for the brand to kind of get out certain pieces that maybe weren't selling, or just some of their classic staple items that they do want others to try, so that it could be, so that person could be a returning customer. So in every way it really benefits the brand. And even with mystery boxes, there are some of them that I personally felt like were amazing, but there are still a nice chunk of them that suck. So for mystery boxes, I'm not gonna say I'm never purchasing them. It'll really depend on the brand, but I definitely have scaled back with advent calendars and mystery boxes in general. As you guys could probably see on my channel, I just never want to be ultra repetitive. I never want to have 10 of anything really at home, and I really just want it to be like a good video that I'm putting out and recommending to you guys, not a video just to put out. And at the end of the day, when you unbox advent calendars and mystery boxes, if it's the same repetitive crap, just how can you be surprised anymore? Like, I feel like it's so hard for me to make just certain facial expressions, so it's extremely obvious when you know I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to put myself in that position. So back to the advent calendars, I did want to also mention that a lot of times it just won't add up, like the quality and the pieces of items that you actually get in the advent calendar. Most of the time you can really just get them as freebies. You can get other kits that brands have with a better value, because brands usually, when they release advent calendars, they release a few other like little kits as well, which I feel like would probably be worth the money. The concept of advent calendars, again, it's just like the excitement, opening it up, whatever, but you could really do that with anything if you just kind of like hide the product or kind of wrap it, or have someone do that for you, then just unwrap it in a way, you know what I mean? You don't actually need the box. That's just my take on advent calendars as of now. I know a lot of you guys told me you found me through advent calendars, and it was a fun time. I just wish that I could continue doing them, and I want to continue doing them, but I want the products to be so amazingly good that I'll be like, how is this even a thing? You really get a bang for your buck. It's so exciting to unbox. The packaging is 10 out of 10. Like, I want that excitement. I want the newness. So the first one up that just really annoyed me, I was so excited about this one because I felt like this specific brand has such an amazing opportunity to kind of, again, just knock our socks off my feet. They just didn't take the opportunity. So this is the Benefit Cosmetics Mini Sincerely Yours Beauty Advent Calendar, retailing for $65. It's only a 12-day advent calendar, but what's even more shocking about this one is that there are no full sizes included in here, which is kind of a bummer, because when I divided $65 by 12 days, it ended up coming out to $5.42. That's not including tax, but it probably would have been about $6 per product. In here you get like a mini They're Real mascara, a mini roller lash, a mini liquid liner, mini hula bronzer, mini professional, mini brow products. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, fine, amazing, but like, first of all, why is everything mini? You know, just throw in a full size, like, why not? But not even that. Benefit Cosmetics just launched, I want to say 12 brand new blushes, and the blushes that they released are seriously like just insanely gorgeous and stunning, and like all of the right words ever. So I felt like they had such a good opportunity to kind of throw in just one piece, even a deluxe size of that new one, right? But I didn't see it here, and that's what I'm noticing with a lot of these advent calendars. What turned me off mainly was that a lot of the brands were just really including the same crap over and over and over again. Now, I'm not saying these items are necessarily crap, but it's just like, it's the same things. You just released so much new things this past year. Throw it in the advent calendar. Isn't it what that's supposed to be? Like, just exciting things, newer items. Like, this is basically exactly the same one that I unboxed last year. So if you really want to see what's on the inside, you can check out that video. But it's the same thing. So again, even if you don't own much, let's say from a specific brand, you could get these products as, let's say, freebies, or they always have a Benefit has such other such cute kits that you could purchase that are such a better value than the advent calendar, you know? Especially if you do have these items, it's very disappointing, especially because these are cult classics. So again, I get why it's included, but at the same time, I also want to see a little bit of new. Keep cult classics, but throw in something new as well. Next one that we have is NYX Cosmetics. Same exact thing. I know NYX released so much brand new stuff this year, and not just randomness here and there. They really released just solid pieces of just makeup items that I personally use pretty much on a day-to-day basis, that I love, that I can't get enough of. So again, with the next one, when I was on their site, I did want to purchase it, and it's not like it's $7 where it's like, okay, listen, I'll take the loss. It's like an $80 kit. So again, they just include the same type of eyeshadows and the same type of palettes, the same glosses, the same lip balms, and it's just too much. It's like too much already, you know? For the same reasons that I, explained with the Benefit Cosmetics Advent Calendar, and also the value of that one kind of sucks. Next, we have the Tilbury Advent Calendar. I do like that it comes in this cute little chest. They have been doing the same style like chest, like jewelry box little chest, for the past few years. So I actually own 2 of these already. I gave one to my mother, and I think I even have one at home. This is $200. I want to say in the previous years it might have been a bit more, but it's $200 divided by 12, because there are 12 different drawers. It ends up being around $16-ish each. With this advent calendar, you do get a few full-size products, not too many. Majority of the items are actually deluxe sizes. And with Tilbury as well, she did release a handful, not way too much, but a handful of new stuff this year, and everything in this advent calendar is practically the same thing as last year. So yeah, I guess it's a good opportunity if you missed out on last year's. But also with Charlotte, she released so many other really cute, solid kits this year that maybe are like in the $30-$40 range, and I feel like are so much more worth it. You get so much more of a bang for your buck with that, and it's not repetitive items. It's different, it's unique, it's cuter, smaller sizes. It's 2 full sizes of something, whatever it may be, but you could see that there was a little more thought put into that. So with this advent calendar, it's the Charlotte's Diamond Chest of Beauty. I think that there's only 1 item, or maybe 2 items that are different than last year's advent calendar. So I mean, while most of these items are actually favorites of mine that I love and enjoy, I just feel like it's the same few things. And again, with them, they had an opportunity to include just such amazing products, but they didn't. And also, I feel like with these advent calendars, a lot of people who do end up buying the advent calendars, they look forward to the next year's advent calendar. But when everything is the same, it's like you're almost losing that customer, aka myself. And I'm sure a lot of you guys, because it's like, I love advent calendars, but if you're going to include the same exact things, what am I doing with my life? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing with yours? Next, we have the Sephora Collection Advent Calendar. The Sephora Collection Advent Calendars have been sucking since, I want to say, day one. I did try it, I think 2 years ago. I was shocked to my core that like certain products were even included in there. It's a lot of the Sephora Collection goods, but even with them, Sephora Collection, I have a few standouts from the Sephora Collection brand, like their eyeliners, some of their shadows, some of their palettes are amazing. Even their concealers and foundations, which are hard to include in advent calendars. I know because you want to make sure it's universal for everyone, so I get why brands won't include those. But still, like they're always including the same nail polishes, the same face masks, maybe different scents, the same style shadows, the same nail clipper file thingies that like, no, you know what I mean? Like, get with the program. Macys was also one that I unboxed about 2-3 years ago. I thought it was decent at the time. I wasn't like head over heels with it, but it definitely wasn't one that I was like, you know what, hey, I'm so looking forward to next year. I was like, yeah, it's okay. I think it's decent. But again, you always have to factor in the price, because I think Macys was like $125, and really with all of the items you get, I want to say it's so not worth $125. So that was just like, you know, and I thought to myself, hey, if next year is better, then I'll get next year's. But I'm noticing again and again, like less people are purchasing specific advent calendars. It's just not exciting anymore, and it's like, okay, we get the point. Let's amp it up, please. Then I wanted to speak about the MAC Cosmetics Advent Calendar. Now, MAC, I want to say, I see a little bit of a significant change with them when it comes to at least the packaging. I think 2-3 years ago, they had this massive, huge, like purple glittery star, which was gorgeous. And for me, it was actually fun to unbox because I didn't own much from MAC at the time. And I felt like they did include a nice selection of different products. And then last year, I don't remember exactly what they had, but this year they have a really cute like red box, and it's presented beautifully, so nice, and you could tell that like effort and work went into the actual package. So the MAC calendar is 24 days and it's $195. So when I did the calculation, it ended up being about $8.13-ish each. Again, that's not including tax. For this year, I do see some repeats, but I still see some like different items. Like I see their brand new mascara that they just released, a newer lip product, but also with them I see a lot of the same like different single shadows. Maybe they're in different shades, so like, okay, fine, we'll give that to them. And then there are a decent amount of lip products. A lot of these brands also I feel like include lip products. And then with MAC too, they released a few like viral goodies this year. So as much as there's like, let's say 1 or 2 new items in here, why can't we see like 10 new items? You know, I feel like people would feel more inclined to actually purchase. But I will say, actually probably one of the most exciting advent calendars compared to the other ones that I've mentioned. Like this is probably ranked up pretty high for me, because the other ones really suck, and this is just like, you know what, if I had to choose one advent calendar that I'm like kind of feeling, I probably would pick this one. Although I would have loved, again, a little bit more variety, a few different shades of like lip products. They have a lot of nudes and like reds. I would love to see more pinky tones, just things like that, different formulas, maybe more glosses. And then lastly, the last advent calendar I wanted to speak about is Huda Beauty's advent calendar. Huda Beauty's mystery boxes and advent calendars are actually amongst my absolute favorites to unbox. It's really just always so exciting, and I want to say her kits and advent calendars are usually priced pretty well. Well, for this year, I went to her site to kind of see what's up. She has a 12-day door advent calendar. When you divide that into how much this is, it's $175, kind of up there. It ends up being about $15-ish, more or less, about per product. So I will say there's actually a decent amount of full-size items in here. Let me see. One. Well, there's a decent amount of full one. Okay, one. Yeah, I want to say there's like at least 2, 3, 4. I want to say around 5-ish to 6-ish full-size items, and then the rest are deluxe sizes. But for me personally, most of the items in here are actually from the Wishful brand, which is her sister skincare brand. Again, totally don't mind, but a lot of the items in here are from Wishful. So I would have loved to see a little bit more of Huda Beauty, actual Huda Beauty. Otherwise, I would just go to the Wishful site and see if they actually have a advent calendar or a specific kit that I want to buy. Because when you go to Huda Beauty, you're expecting Huda Beauty products, you know? Again, don't mind the Wishful, but don't overdo it with that. It's like 1 or 2 things, great, but I don't need 6 things from Wishful in a Huda advent calendar. She also released really good, amazing, fun things this year that I haven't even got my hands on yet, that are not included in this kit, so it just would have been nice. Even like a small new, like one of her new blushes, like from the Love Fest collection, that would have been so nice and so much fun to get in here. We get one of her mascaras, we get a brush, which actually her brushes are pretty pricey, so fine, I'll give her that for that one. It's a full size. But you know, like a liquid lipstick that we always see in her kits that constantly go on sale. Her liquid liner, personally for me, absolutely sucks. A lot of you guys told me to store it downwards, which I did with 2 of them, and they both sucked. There was nothing there. The mascara she has here is double-sided. It's decent, nothing crazy. I just feel like at least throw in a palette. Like, come on, like even a 9-pan palette, something, keep it interesting. And then also it's $175, so it's about $15 per item. Breaking that down, it's not really that worth it. If this would be, let's say 100, I'd be like, okay, fine, I see where you're coming from, maybe. And then each product would be like a little less than 10 bucks-ish, let's say. Then not too bad, but a lot of the same things, tons of wishful, and I just want to see something more, you know? So that pretty much wraps up the video. I know there are other advent calendars out there now that honestly maybe I didn't even think was worth mentioning in this video, but the reasoning behind everything is somewhat pretty much the same. So I don't want to be like ultra repetitive in a way, even though it was kind of repetitive in here. Even though this video was kind of repetitive. I just feel like my mindset just completely shifted and changed. I just wish that they would be much better, so much more exciting, and something that when it comes, like you're really just like all giddy and like excited and like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? So hopefully they can change. Maybe next year, we'll see. Maybe they'll watch this video and kind of like hook it up. But I would absolutely love to know what you guys think about the advent calendars for this year. There are some luxury ones that I saw might be worth it. Maybe like the Dior one and maybe the YSL one, but those are like super like priced really high. If you really want to drop a coin, then maybe those would be worth it. I still haven't like looked into them, but I heard they were great. So maybe, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say about advent calendars for this year. How you feel about them? Did you change your mind? How you felt about them? Do you still like them? Do you not? Like, you know, where are you at? I will see you guys in my next one. Let me know what's up. And I'm looking forward to reading your comments.